Hey my beautiful Aquarius peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot and welcome in here to your end of March into early April 2024 tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well. I do want to mention before we start, if you're interested in a personal read, you can check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below if you want to book me there. But without further ado here, Team Aqua, let's see what we got going on here for you, baby. Coming throughout the rest of March into early April. What information and insight do we got showing up here for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout the end of March here into early April. Let's go ahead and check it out, okay? Starting out here with the overall energy for Aquarius, we have here the Moon card. So, Moon card here is Pisces energy. You could be connecting with a Pisces potentially. However, though, when we see the Moon, it typically can represent maybe having a bit of an emotional time. It definitely seems like it could be high tide, so it kind of just seems like the emotions are high, right? The tide is high, is what I'm feeling so far. With the Moon showing up here specifically, I mean, we did just go through an eclipse. Mercury's about to go retrograde. We have a lunar eclipse coming up, so we have a lot happening here at this time astrologically and energetically, so it definitely feels like you could be a bit emotional jumping into this time period, but let's go ahead and see what your main focus is. So what is the main focus showing up here for Aquarius moving throughout this time period, please? What's the main focus showing up here for Aqua? We have here the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that the reason why we're kind of looking at a bit of an emotional timeline here is due to the nature of wanting genuine change. Because I feel like this kind of emotion you're feeling, it's like you want to be over with something. You want to complete a cycle, Aquarius. So you're at a point where you're hitting that emotional peak where it's like, I'm so ready to let go. I'm so ready to move on. I'm so ready for something new. So everything is coming full circle for you in these next couple weeks that we're reading for. So it definitely seems like a cycle's about to come to an ending, but you needed that one last emotional release, you know? If it's about a person, it's like maybe you need it to just take the time to feel everything and process everything emotionally that you've been through with that individual. And then now everything's coming full circle. And it's like, you know what? I am ready to have that one last cry and get this person out of my system. You know, same thing could be about some stuff you were going through, whether it had nothing to do with love or it had everything to do with work or friends or personal problems. I think you're just hitting that peak where it's like, I'm fully ready for change. So that's what's happening here. What you're really focusing on is I'm ready for full change, but in order for that to happen, I have to release. So I got to invite in what I've been dealing with, right? Because I tell people all the time, the only way to heal is to feel. If we're ignoring what we feel, we're not going to heal. So you're going to be taking in a lot of intense waves of emotion, but it's all for like that last hurrah, you know, to really, really let go and keep it moving forward. Let's see how you're navigating through this focus. How is Aquarius navigating through their focus here throughout the remainder of this time? We have here the Lovers. Moving forward from that, we have here the Four of Cups. We also have here the Three of Wands. And lastly, we have here the Five of Cups too. Yeah, you're giving yourself the opportunity to grieve. You know, I feel like for the longest time, the Moon card was probably representing that you were bottling up your feelings about something. And whenever you're bottling up your feelings, you're not healing. You're only delaying your healing by doing that. So you're giving yourself the space and the time here to properly grieve a situation. You know, Lover's card coming up here is what you were connected to. Now, Four of Cups, that's a card of disconnection, right? So you're disconnecting what you were dealing with or whom you were dealing with here, okay? So how you're navigating through this focus is saying, I need to finally let go. In order for me to do that, though, I need to let in the emotions and I need to give myself the ability and opportunity to grieve. I need to feel my pain in order to heal my pain and release and let go. So pretty much what we talked about already with these two cards, just extra validation, I guess, coming through here in the read. So I don't want you guys so far to feel like, okay, throughout the rest of this next couple of weeks, and this sounds like it sucks. I'm not saying it's going to be emotional every single day, but I think you've had a lot building up for quite some time, you know? And I talk about this too. When you're bottling up your emotions, you're prone to an explosion. So I think you're hitting that limit where it's like, okay, I can't bottle up these feelings anymore. I got to do something about them. You know, this situation's been bugging me forever. I need to fix it and change it for the better. So you're hitting that end point where you're ready for your last hurrah and you're ready to completely let something go, Aquarius. All right, let's go ahead and move forward though. Let's check out some of the good things happening for you during this time period. So what are the good things that are happening here for Aquarius throughout the end of March into early April? What are some good things showing up here on this current timeline? First card coming out, we got a Six of Swords. So successfully moving forward, which is awesome. So things will come full circle for you here with the Wheel of Fortune. You will successfully move on from whatever you feel has been holding you back. Pairing to this Six of Swords, we have a Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is good. Knight of Pentacles says that there is stability in this. So you're making the decision to look forward and not look back. And you're very, very serious about this. You know, if you've been bottling up a lot about a relationship with somebody, maybe you feel like it's been a constant battle. Maybe you've been in a relationship for years with someone and, you know, a lot's been bottling up. Maybe you're finally having everything come full circle and realize I don't want this relationship anymore and it's time to move on and never look back. So you are very, very serious here about not going backwards and only going forward. In regards to other good things happening, King of Pentacles, I think that honestly, as you walk away from this, you are feeling more stable within yourself and you're actually emotionally feeling way better than ever. King of Pentacles is a card that could represent abundance and it could represent fortune, but it also could be representative here of knowing what you're doing with your time now is so much better than what you were doing with your time previously. So it's like you're favoring the time you have now to invest in yourself, to better yourself, to feel comfortable again, rather than feeling cooped up in like a giant stress ball, you know? We also have here too a Queen of Cups. So yeah, I mean, what we're seeing here, guys, is it's going to be a much more better time for you on an emotional level. You're letting go, you're keeping it popping, pushing and moving forward. You feel more comfortable. You're serious about not going back here to someone or something. And it is a very freeing and liberating time. Any other good things happening here for Aquarius? Anything else that they may need to be aware of throughout the rest of this time period? We have here a Five of Wands and we have here a Five of Swords. Absolutely. I mean, the Five of Wands is a card that I like to identify as the stress card, but the Five of Swords can actually be many things. It can have negative connotations, but it also could be a card that says, I'm choosing to fight for what I believe in. So at the end of the day here, I think a lot of you too are realizing, why the hell did I tolerate so much of what was making me unhappy for so long? And then you're going to start to realize, well, I wasn't fighting for myself. Why wasn't I fighting for myself? And as you kind of go deep down this rabbit hole of asking yourself this question, why you tolerated something that wasn't even worth tolerating, you start to realize, wait a minute, I haven't been fighting for myself. I haven't been fighting for my happiness, for what I deserve. So that's 100% what's changing here with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords here says, here's the good thing now. I'm going to keep on fighting for myself, man. I'm going to fight for what I deserve, what I believe in. And there's nobody who's going to make me feel like this anymore, because I have the power of choice and I have the power to do right by myself. So Aquarius, you're in a space, guys, throughout these next couple weeks where it's all about doing what's best for you. Anybody who wants to sit there and be upset about it, it is what it is. I'm going to make sure that I'm prioritizing myself. I am getting myself into a great place mentally, physically, spiritually, and I'm prioritizing health, especially on a mental level as well. So I definitely see you guys super focused and locked in on really just getting into a good spirit, getting into a good energy. Okay. Is there any other good stuff? Anything else? If it's, you know, random, I'll take it too. Any other good things that Aquarius has going on for them throughout the rest of March here into early April? Boom, we got here a Ten of Wands, and we got here the World card. Yeah, guys, I feel like this reading's repetitive, and some of you guys might be getting annoyed at me right now. Please don't. But pretty much, here we go. You know, World card, cycle coming to an ending, Ten of Wands, card of suffering. If you've been suffering, essentially, it means the suffering is over. So to me, as much as the message is getting twirled around in different ways, it's a good message to know that if you have been suffering, suffering's over, dude, because it's just not going to be tolerable anymore. I'm ready for change. Everything became full circle to me the moment I realized that I'm tolerating shit I shouldn't have to, and that I need to fight for myself more. So you are definitely going to start noticing that you're changing up how you are behaving towards others, how you're behaving towards yourself, and what you will tolerate versus what you won't tolerate too. Okay? All right. Let's see if there's any sort of challenges you might, what's the word I'm looking for here? Any challenges you may come across, I guess, throughout this time period. All right, so are there any challenges here Aquarians may face in the next 2 to 3 weeks? Are there any challenges they may face? Now, interestingly enough, we had a Temperance card come out, and it came out in a crossing position, okay? So when you see a card like this in the tarot, typically this represents what's crossing you. Now, the Temperance card is Sagittarius energy. It often is representative of high vibrational energy, being in a space of forgiveness, being in a space of emotional balance. So if this is in a crossing position, I think the struggle here or the challenge here may be that there are going to be some days over the next couple weeks where maybe you're not feeling your best. You know you're working on doing better for yourself. You know that you're working on moving on and letting go. But you might have some days where you're like, damn, I can't believe that, you know, I stood in a relationship with this person for so long and we went through this, that, and the third, or I can't believe I tolerated this for so long. Like, you might have some days where you're hard on yourself. I feel like that's what the challenge is trying to say, but I think that that's also normal. I mean, I've definitely been hard on myself many times throughout my healing journeys, and I think that in those moments when they come, that's when you have to remind yourself, I'm not in that area of life anymore. I'm not in that position anymore. You know, I didn't know then what I know now, and I have to appreciate that I know what I know now. And I have to focus on moving forward and just remind myself that I'm actively working to get to a better space. So if you start to have those times come and go where you feel a little bit resentful or angry, or these emotions come up again, it doesn't mean you're not healing. It just means that there's still more to purge and you're still on that path of letting go. So it's nothing to worry about. Don't be hard on yourself is pretty much the point here. Okay, Aquarius? All right, guys. Let's see if there's anything you may want to avoid throughout this time frame. Is there anything Team Aquarius may want to avoid throughout the rest of this time frame, please? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Is there anything they may potentially want to avoid? First card coming out, Four of Pentacles. Looking at the next card we have here, a Knight of Swords. Excuse me, and we also have here a Two of Swords coming out here too. I want to mention here with the Four of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles is pretty much the card of holding on to something. So of course you want to avoid holding on to this situation, but I don't even think it's just that. I feel like with the Knight of Swords coming out here, you want to avoid people who are still holding on to that old version of you. Now this is where things are going to get interesting, guys. Aquarius, you're going to start showing people that you're not tolerating what you tolerated. And it's going to be pretty interesting how that's going to impact certain relationships with people in your life, because you're either going to see people adapt and they're going to be like, oh, whoa, I can't treat Aquarius like this, and they're going to respect you. Or you're going to see on the flip side, people who are like, wait a minute, Aquarius isn't tolerating my bullshit anymore. What the fuck? And they're going to be really weird about it. And they're going to hold on to that old version of you. And they're going to keep on trying to get that old version of you to come back out. Now, when you start to notice that about specific people, those are going to be the specific people that you want to avoid and watch out for. I'm hoping what I'm explaining makes sense. But there are going to be individuals, right? Let's say, for example, you were in a relationship where you put up with somebody treating you like shit. Maybe you had some friends who treat you like shit too. Now that you're not taking shit from anybody, those friends who treated you like crap are going to be stunned, confused, baffled even. But at the end of the day, what they'll try to do is they'll try to do everything they can to get you back into that same vibration as you used to be in. And you're going to end up seeing this happen. And once you start to kind of wean out who those people are, you want to make sure you're not associating with them, because anybody who's trying to revert you into a period or a position of life that they want you to be in is not healthy, because they're not supporting you, supporting yourself. All right. So watch out for those types of people. Okay. Honestly, whatever the hell you're walking away from may actually expose a couple other people or a couple other things you should be walking away from too, surprisingly. Like if you were in a relationship that was like toxic and you finally walked out of it, you might actually come to see maybe you've had some toxic friendships that you weren't even aware about, or maybe you have a toxic work situation going on, because I feel like this situation also becomes pretty eye-opening to some of the other stuff in your life that could have not been the best place for you to be in. All right, so I'm seeing that showing up here so far. Is there anything else though Aquarians may want to avoid throughout the remainder here of March into early April? We have an Ace of Wands coming out, which is interesting. We also have here pairing with that Ace of Wands, the Tower. I feel like you're in a period where Aquarius, you want to go with the flow. You don't want anything right now to be certain or guaranteed or set in stone. And what I mean by this is right now, you're healing, dude. You're taking it one day and one step at a time. You're bettering your circumstances one day and one step at a time. You know, it doesn't mean you can't create a vision for yourself of what kind of future you want for yourself in life, but I think you should spend more time just going with the flow rather than making any sort of serious commitments, and rather than, you know, pretty much choosing a path and saying, this is it. I feel like the universe wants you to explore a little bit, you know? Let's say if you're single and you just got out of a relationship, maybe you've met someone new who you like, but it's almost like, don't just jump into a relationship yet. Give yourself more time to explore your options and to also explore what it's like to be single. You know, for some of you, if you've had a really horrible work experience somewhere, maybe before you jump into another job, give yourself some time to kind of look at a job that maybe you would take interest in, right? I understand if you need an income and you need a job right away, okay, but at the end of the day, maybe just give yourself more time to broaden your horizons. So essentially, I feel like commitments right now may not be the best time. You really want to be sure of your next commitment is almost what I want to say to you, especially in the sector of love, you know? So just take your time, guys, would be my best advisory. Moving on forward from this, is there anything else that Aquarius may possibly want to avoid throughout the remainder of March into early April? Anything else they may want to avoid? Hangman. Yeah, anything that's going to keep you stuck or stagnant, 100% avoid it. King of Wands showing up here. It's interesting that I'm seeing this pattern. I feel like Aquarius, people are like, I don't like that Aqua's out here doing them. I don't know why that's what I'm picking up on. Maybe this reading isn't going to resonate with any of you. I don't know. I mean, Mercury is almost in retrograde, so maybe my messages are being miscommunicated. I'm not sure, but fuck it, right? I'm going to put out the reading anyhow. If it's your story, cool. If not, no worries. But I keep picking up on individuals like seeing that you've changed, seeing that you're fighting for yourself, and then them trying to do everything they can to revert you back. It's like they want to stop your progress. Okay, so I almost want to give a warning message to Aquarians. If you see people in your life who are trying to stop your progress, aka you bettering yourself, these are the people you want to cut off. These are the people you want to avoid. These are the people you don't want in your life. Because at the end of the day, a lot of shit's going to come full circle for you. Not even just about the particular situation that was bothering you, that was like the main focal point of the reading. Everything is coming full circle for you, Aquarius, is what I'm hearing. So whatever you have pent up within you on an emotional level, that's coming full circle. But I also feel like it's going to be such an eye-opening experience to like everything in your life that's been not worthy of you or unhealthy for you or not the fucking best. And as you're opening up your eyes to all of this, you're going to be making a lot of changes accordingly to better your circumstances. But people aren't going to be happy about it. That's what I want to say, man. There are going to be people who are going to try to revert you back into the position where you were previously because they're not happy that they can't get what they previously got, especially if you were dealing with individuals who are taking advantage of whatever it is you provided. So a lot of eye-opening awakenings this month about what's good for you and what's not, who's good for you and who isn't. And it's going to be a time here where you have to stay committed to yourself as much as possible and don't let these individuals push you back into a place where you don't want to be. Okay? All right, guys, let's touch base here on your finance and career. We're going to take a look here into your just general financial situation first and see if there's anything showing up there for you. So let's have a look here at finances for Aquarius. What's coming up here for them throughout this time frame? We have here the Knight of Cups. We also have here the Page of Swords, and we have here the High Priestess. Looking at your general financial situation, I do feel like for some of you, you could be maybe secretly kind of keeping restricted finances to yourself. I kind of see this energy where you might be feeling hesitant to go out and spend your money. But here's my thing. I don't feel like this is something you need to hide or something that you necessarily need to be ashamed of. Now, of course, if you're an Aquarius watching and you're balling right now, you got money, you're stable, I love it for you. This isn't going to resonate with you, but if you're an Aquarius who could be potentially needing to cut back on spending, struggling a little bit, don't be in that energy where you feel ashamed. Embrace it, dude. At the end of the day, it's life. People go through struggles. It's a very hard time right now in general, just all around the world financially. So it's not anything to be ashamed about. My best advisory to you is embrace it. You know, friends are like, hey, you want to go get dinner? And it's like, I'd rather not spend the money on dinner because it's money I got to put in my pocket for bills. Don't hesitate to say that. And if you're dealing with friends who are like, well, at the end of the day, I don't get it, then they don't need to get it. You know, people don't have to understand your situation and what you're going through. And if they're not going to respect it, then at the end of the day, that's on them and that's not on you. So just a word to the wise here. If you are focusing on restricting spending and saving more money, don't be ashamed to do so. Embrace it. And if other people can't respect it, then they're just not respecting you. Fuck them. Period. Okay? Is there anything else showing up here for Aquarians' general financial situation, though, that they need to be aware about for this month? We have the Fool card here. We have the Devil here. Yeah, just I feel like the focal point here, Aquarius, is saying just try to be avoiding mindless spending or impulsive spending. It could put you in a position that's not so great. So, you know, if you're the type of person who, you know, is in a period of time where like they want to, I'm not saying like you're a shopaholic, but if you are a shopaholic, I guess at the end of the day, just be really careful about cutting back. You know, if you have a lot of money on the credit cards. Maybe don't take out the credit card and take out more debt and stuff like that. So I just feel like impulsivity is what you really want to watch out for. So try to plan out, you know, your purchases. Try to plan out your budget to the fucking T, man, this month, and it's really going to help you out. And if you're not wasting money on anything else that is unnecessary to you, you're going to put yourself in a lot better of a financial situation. So essentially, financially here, do what you can to make a better budget, and screw the people who don't want to understand your financial situation. If you have certain friends who are like mad at you because you don't want to go spend money, then it is what it is. Like, you can have a great fucking time not spending money, okay? That's just the truth, right? So be really careful of getting in a space where people are trying to like make you waste your money, and then also be really careful of just any sort of impulsive spending is what I want to say here too, okay? Taking a look here into career for Aquarius. What's going on here for your career throughout the remainder here of March into early April? For career, Ace of Pentacles coming out, Aquarius. Ooh la la. That definitely means opportunities, dude. Some of you guys could be having opportunities to move up within the job you work for. So that could mean a new position, a higher paying position. It could even mean a raise for some. And by the way, word to the wise for any Aquarians who have been job hunting or anything of that nature, this could be that the opportunity finally came through and you're hired. So there could be a hiring process happening for those of you that have been waiting to get hired. If you've been waiting for a call back, you're getting that call. For those of you already dealing with your own jobs, this definitely could be a good time for a raise or some sort of upgrade within your work path, okay? Yeah, you're happy about it. Honestly, I feel like Aquarians are pretty satisfied and happy with their careers. I don't think you have much of any sort of complaints. So it looks to me like you guys are leveling up. 3 of Cups coming out here for you too. You're happy, you're enjoying what you do. Guys, there's literally 0 complaints coming into play here with your career. I definitely feel like it's a opportunistic time. You're happy with what you do. It feels like a good work environment. It feels like you're around good people. So for career in a general read, it looks pretty damn solid, okay? I like it here, Team Aquarius. Okay, let's hop on into love now, baby. We're going to do your love read, and then we're going to hop out with your overall outcome after that, and we'll be done here with the read, okay? Getting into Aquarians' love reading, let's see what's up here for single Aquarians throughout the remainder of this time frame. What's up here with the singles? Hello there, we got a Magician. Magician here says you're showing up. So if you're a single Aquarius, you're talking to people. You're putting yourself out there. I don't think right now you're holding back. I think you're keeping your options open. We have here the 9 of Cups, keeping your options open, but also like satisfied being single if that's the case. So you're not tripping if you don't get together with somebody. I feel like single Aquarians are saying, I'm open to the idea of connecting with somebody romantically or having a fling, whatever the case may be, but I'm not like 100% going to be hurt if me and somebody don't align. You know, I'm at the point right now where I can be good on my own, but if something good comes along, I'm open to the opportunity. Is there anything showing up here for single Aquarians? Any kind of love or romantic opportunity showing up here? We have here a King of Cups. I like that. Ooh, I got something to talk about with you in a second. So we got a King of Cups showing up here, and we got a 7 of Cups. Some of you single Aquarians are kind of confused. And I think you're confused because there may be other options available to you in love, but why do I feel with the King of Cups like there's somebody like a friend or something of that nature who you're close to, where there is emotion there, but at the same time, you can't tell if it's like emotion in a way where you would want to romantically pursue things or emotion in a way where you just genuinely love this person. So you are kind of confused here, I feel, on whether or not you would want things to escalate between you and somebody who are pretty platonic at the moment, okay? So I feel like that's a bit confusing, and you're going to try to figure that out this month, okay? You're going to try to figure out if you want to do anything romantic there or if you want to keep it strictly platonic. So I do see a situation like that here manifesting for single Aquarians if that happens to apply to you. But for the majority of you single peeps, you're just keeping your options open here. I do feel like in general, you're probably talking to people right now with the 7 of Cups, and I don't feel like anything's really happening. I'm not seeing like a full-blown relationship showing up, but I do see you kind of, you know, taking it day by day here and getting to know people. So you're definitely active in dating, at least is what's showing up in the read, okay? Let's have a look here at the coupled Aquarians real quick. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. I accidentally hit my live stream button, so we did not go live, but we almost went live. Anyhow, though, Aquarius, let's see what's going on here for you couples. What do we got here for coupled Aquarians throughout the remainder here of March into early April? For a couple of Aquariuses, Four of Wands. I love it. Stability in the relationship, comfort in the relationship. I'm hearing some of you here are like reaching new levels of stability and comfort, which is fantastic. Give me a sec to pick up whatever card I dropped, Aquarius. What do we have here? Beautiful. We also have here a Two of Wands. Now, what I like a lot about the Two of Wands here is, as you can see, there's a globe in this woman's hand. One hand is on this staff as she's holding the globe, and then behind her is the other staff, okay? So this could be about choosing here to create new beginnings with each other, choosing here to create something new, like a new cycle. The World card here, or sorry, the World showing up here symbolizes the world, right? The World in the tarot symbolizes new cycles. Ace of Wands here symbolizes new beginnings. So I feel like you and your romantic partner are kind of reaching new heights with each other, Aquarius. You're reaching new heights of stability, comfort, joy in the relationship. So it definitely feels to me like a couple of Aquarians are having a high point during the remainder here of March into early April. So that's really nice. Getting a lot closer here to your partner. Yeah, you feel very close to your person. Maybe you feel like you've known them in a past life with the Six of Cups. Maybe some of you have said that actually to your person. But the Six of Cups is a card here that represents that there's a lot of history that flows between you and your individual. So if you've been dating somebody for a long time, or if you've known this person for a long time, you're going to start to see a deepening of your relationship on a very spiritual level too. I think a lot of you guys are going to notice that deepening of your bond and of your romantic connection. So nothing bad in the slightest showing up here for a couple of Aquarians. Actually, very, very beautiful time, very intimate time, and a very great time to see you and your person grow much more closer together. Okay? All right, guys. With that being said, we're hopping into the overall outcome and we're good to go. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Team Aquarius throughout the remainder of March into early April? What is the overall outcome for you, babe? And what do we got? We got here the Queen of Swords. Aquarius, this is the time right now, guys, where you are just not taking any shit, all right? You guys are straight up doing what is best for you, what is healthy for you, and nothing is going to get in the way of that. You know, like I mentioned earlier in the read, guys, everything is coming full circle with that Moon card and that Wheel of Fortune. And you're realizing, why have I put up with so much bullshit or tolerated so much crap that's kept me stuck and kept me unhappy? I'm not doing that anymore, man. This is my life and it's mine for the taking. And anybody who stands in my way, may I strike them down with this sword. Because guess what? I'm staying straight forward on my path. Nothing and no one is going to deter me. So I like it. You're coming out here with a very, very strong energy to make sure that you continue doing right by you and that you continue putting yourself in great circumstances, okay? All right, Team Aquarius. This was a good read, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know some of the messages here were quite repetitive, so, you know, please don't shoot the messenger. They just kept coming out, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I'm wishing you all a very great rest of your March and a really good start to your April. And of course, we're going to be doing an official April reading for you guys, so stay tuned for that when it does come out. But guys, have a wonderful day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.